Okay, so last period we have seen brokerage services, demat services, then depository, then constituents of depository system. So what do you mean by depository? Aparna, what do you mean by depository?
Sir, a depository is an organization where the securities of the shareholders are held in the
Okay,
electronic
so
form.
what do you mean by constituents of depository system? Constituents of depository system. Aditya, everyone turn on your video. Okay, so next topic, depository system services. Depository system services. Next topic, depository system services. So what are the services they are providing? Depository system services. So services provided by the depository are opening of depository system. Depository system. Opening of depository system. So depository, we know that it is an organization where the securities are held in electronic form. Okay, so opening of a depository system, then dematerialization. Dematerialization. Dematerialization means conversion of physical certificate into electronic form. Conversion of electronics physical certificate into electronic form. So if it is equity share, if it is a debt instrument, if it is a government securities, if it is a mutual fund, we have to convert the physical certificate into electronic form. Next one, re-dematerialization. Re-dematerialization. Dematerialization, second. Third one, we will study the meaning of dematerialization, re-dematerialization. Re-dematerialization means converting the securities that are held in digital format into physical certificate. Means conversion of electronic form into physical certificate. Okay, dematerialization means conversion of physical certificate into electronic form. That is a dematerialization. Re-dematerialization means opposite, converting the electronic form into physical certificate. That also they are doing services. No need of any explanation. You have to study that. Then settlement of trades in dematerialized securities, electronic form securities. If you convert to the electronic services, that they will settlement of the trade. Then account transfer, amount transfer, transmission, transfer, transmission of shares, and a transposition. Change the order. Change the order. That is a transposition. Then pledge and hypothecation. Pledge and hypothecation. We know that here means pledge means investor can take a loan against the securities, against the shares. Okay, that are held in demat account, that are held in electronic form. So pledge, we can take a loan by pledging, by hypothecating the shares. Then redemption or repurchase, we can repay the amount of the share capital to the shareholders and repurchase. After that, again we can buy. Okay, again buy the shares. Then next one, stock lending and borrowing. Stock lending and borrowing means here means it is a system by which the investor can borrow the shares, okay, that they don't already own, or lend the shares to the other people that they own. That is stock lending and borrowing. Then corporate action, it is an event carried out by the company that will impact its shareholders. Example, it is taken by the company, payment of the dividend, return to the shareholders, payment of the dividend to the shareholders. Then account freezing. So account freezing also they will do an action taken by the broker that prevent some transaction from occurring in the account. That is account freezing. Then nomination facility. So we can nominate the persons. So these are the services provided by the depository. Okay, so no need of any explanation, only you have to study the point. Opening of depository system, dematerialization, re-dematerialization, settlement of trade in dematerialized services, then account transfer, transmission, transposition. Everything related to share only, pledge and hypothecation. So they can take a loan against the security. Okay, you can pledge the security or hypothecate the security. Redemption or repurchase, stock lending and borrowing. Corporate action, it is taken by the company that it will affect the shareholders. Account freezing, they can freeze the account from some transaction, they can freeze. Then nomination facility. So these are the services provided by the depository. Depository is an organization where the securities are held in electronic form. So next one, opening of demat account. So SEBI has made trading of shares for all the company listed on the stock exchange in demat form compulsory with effect from 2nd January 2002. Okay, 2002. So from that onwards, it is compulsory. To open the demat account. Okay, so first, whenever we want to deal the shares, what they are telling that whenever, for example, if you want to purchase the share, suppose if we want to purchase the share, first what we have to do, we have to select a broker. Okay, select a broker and to make an agreement with the broker. Then they will open the depository participant. Broker, we can tell depository participant. They will open the demat account on behalf of us. Then we have to place the order. We have to place the order. Who will place the order? On behalf of us, the broker, DP, depository participants will place the order. Okay, then we will get a order confirmation slip. That is no need. Then they will execute the order. Okay, next step is that broker, DP, will execute the order through the online. Okay, after the deal is executed, then they will give a contract slip, confirmation slip, contract note. Okay, they will issue contract note to the investor. This is legally enforceable. If any quarrel between the, if in future, if any quarrel between the broker and the investor, it will use as an evidence, contract note. Then last step means, suppose if the investor want to sell the share means, they will get a cash. Okay, then here means investor deliver the share sold, or pay cash for the shares brought to the broker. Okay, last means final settlement. What they will do, suppose if I want to sell my share means I deliver the share to the broker. So if I want to buy the share means I will pay cash. Okay, so that is the which one steps of purchase process. Okay, steps in trading and settlement procedure. Okay, for that, one thing we have to do, we have to open the demat account. Otherwise, we can't sell our share. Okay, we have to open a demat account, separate account. Okay, demat account. In that only, if you purchase, amount will increase. Credit. Okay, if example, if a sale is there, means they will debit our account. Okay, so this is the format of which one opening demat account. So next one, dematerialization process. Look, dematerialization. So what do you mean by dematerialization? What do you mean by dematerialization? So already I said that conversion of physical share certificate into equivalent number of shares at the request of the investor is called dematerialization. Okay, conversion of physical share certificate into an called dematerialization. Okay, so only the registered shareholder can apply for dematerialization. Only the registered shareholder can only apply for dematerialization. Okay, so once the shares are dematerialized, they will credit to investors' account with the depository through with the depository. So To trade in dematerialized form, a demat account has to be opened with the depository participants. So that is about the dematerialization process. So after dematerialization process, how it will happen? Dematerialization process here means what is the step? You know, first the investor surrender. So here nothing it is there, only this is given. So what they will have to do? The investor have to surrender their which one certificate, the physical share certificate, along with the dematerialization request form. Dematerialization, dematerialization, dematerialization request form. Request form. DRF. Okay, dematerialized request form. They have to submit. Okay, dematerialized request form, DRF. Okay, first what they have to do? They have to surrender their physical share certificate. So now it is in electronic form. So they have to submit the certificate along with the dematerialization request to the DP, depository participant, broker. Okay, then they will intimate the depository, okay, through electronic media. Then the DP will which one intimate, inform the depository. Okay, then the DP will submit the share certificate along with the DRF, dematerialization request form, to the registrar. Already I said registrar, to the issue. Consonants of depository services, registrar. Then the registrar will check the document, then update the records and inform the depository. Then the depository credit the depository participant account and inform the depository participants. Then the depository participants update the investor's account and update the investor's account means update the the record account and inform the investor. So this is the dematerialization process. Okay, here nothing it is given. So here it is given after getting the deposit services and ISIN number. So it is important, the short form. Okay, dematerialization request form. Here international securities identification number is allotted by the depository. Okay, after applying for dematerialization, they will get which one? International securities identification number. It is a unique number for each security of the company that is admitted in the depository. So for getting that one, we will it will take 15 to 30 days time. So that is about dematerialization. That is about dematerialization. Okay, that is about dematerialization. So next, that is about dematerialization. Next one, just opposite, rematerialization. Re-dematerialization process. Re-dematerialization process. Re-dematerialization process. So here you look at what is the meaning of re-dematerialization process. So converting securities that are in digital format into physical certificates. Okay, so converting the securities from digital format to physical certificate, opposite. So any investor who has converted his securities into electronic form stored in demat account can opt for re-dematerialization process. However, when securities are undergoing the rematerialization process, they cannot be traded in relevant stock exchange. They cannot be traded in relevant stock exchange. It means in stock exchange, they can't sell their share. So if you do the dematerialization, if you did the rematerialization process, then we can't trade that thing in the stock exchange. We can't trade that stock in the stock exchange. For selling that share, what we have to do? We have to do dematerialization. Then only we can trade in the stock exchange. Okay, so for that, for dematerialization process, what we have to submit? You look at that dematerialization request form, dematerialization. Here you look at rematerialization request form, RRF, rematerialization request form, rematerialization request form. Okay, they have to submit. They have to submit. The DP will, the broker will forward the request to depository. After verifying the shareholder has necessary balance of securities, depository will turn intimate the registrar. Then registrar of the company who will print the certificate and dispatch the same to the investor. Okay, that is about a rematerialization process. Rematerialization process. So next one, purchase and the sale of transaction process. So if example, if we want to purchase the share or if you want to sell the share, what will do? Okay, so it is just opposite. So you look at purchase transaction. How? So if you want to purchase, what we have to do? So already I said directly we can't buy the shares. We can't buy directly shares from the stock exchange. Only through broker. Only through broker only we can purchase the or sell the share. So you look here, step is given. Investor purchases securities out of the stock exchange connected to the depository through a broker. Okay, through a broker. I want to purchase share. Only through broker only I can. Already I said the steps. Selecting a broker, then which one? Opening a demat account, opening a demat account, then which one? Placing order, executing order, then settlement. So here means investor purchase securities through broker. Then here investor pays money to the broker. We have to purchase. So money to the broker, who in turn, broker will turn pays to the clearing corporation. So constituents of the which one? Constituents of depository services we studied. Clearing corporation. It is an organization created to fast, efficient, fast and economic settlement of transaction on stock exchanges. Okay, so they will give, a broker will give amount to the clearing corporation. On the payout day, the broker receives credit for securities. We want to purchase the securities. Broker receives credit for securities in his clearing account. Then broker gives instruction to his DP to debit clearing account, to debit clearing account and credit client account and credit client account. So broker give instruction to debit clearing account. Okay, debit clearing account means already credited in the broker. So here means to DP to debit clearing account and credit the person's investor account. We have to credit investor account. We have to credit investor account. We have to credit because we purchase the shares. So amount will increase. We have to credit the which one? Uh, investor's account. So that is the purchase transactions. So investor receives shares into his demat account. Investor receives shares into demat account. So here means for purchasing securities, what we have to do? We have to purchase only through a broker. Only through a broker. Only through a broker. Only through a broker only we can purchase the shares. Then investor will pay amount to the broker. Then they will give to clearing corporation. Then when on the payout day, what do you mean payout day? Payout day means when you want to buy a share through a broker, the same is received from the stock exchange. The share is received from the stock exchange and transferred to broker's account. Okay, the same is received from the, whenever we want to purchase a share through broker, the share we will receive from the stock exchange. The broker will receive stock exchange and transfer to broker's account. First broker's account, then only broker will credit in our account. So the day when it happens is known as payout day. The day when it is happening, it is known as payout day. Okay, so that is okay. First, you look at the credit for securities in his clearing account. In his clearing account, credit for securities in his clearing account, credited in the broker's account. Then brokers give instruction to DP, depository participant, to debit clearing account Okay. So here, investors sell securities at stock exchange linked to the depository through a broker. Investor gives instruction to his DP to debit his account. To debit, investor already credited. If he purchase, our share will credit it. Here, what we have to do, sale transaction. We have to debit his account. Clear? We have to debit his account and credit selling broker's clearing account and credit selling broker clearing account, selling broker clearing account and credit selling broker clearing account. So only through broker only we can sell the transaction. So we have to credit. We have to debit his account. Okay, we have to debit his account. We have to debit share. Okay, debit and credit broker's account. Then before the paying day, what do you mean by paying day? The date that shares are transferred to the broker. After investor sell the share, after an investor sell the shares is called pay-in day. Okay, so before the pay-in day, investor broker transfer the securities to the before the pay-in day, investors broker transfer the securities to the clearing corporation. Then broker receives payment from stock exchange. Then investor receive the payment from broker. Sale in demat form is similar to sale under physical mode. Same like a physical transaction, exchange of goods. Okay, here means only through broker only we can sell the which one share. Then he will inform the DP to debit his account, share, debit amount, then credit broker's clearing account. So now the shares is with the broker. So before the paying day, broker transferred the security to clearing corporation. Then clearing corporation. Then the broker will receive the amount from stock exchanges. Then investor receive the amount from the broker. So that is about sale transaction. So next one, transmission. What do you mean by transmission? Okay, transmission. Next topic is transmission. So transmission. What do you mean by transmission? So it takes place due to the operation of law. Okay, that is on the death of the holder of the shares or in an event where the holder becomes insolvent or lunatic. So that time only transmission will happen. Okay, the transmission will happen. So here you look at the transfer of shares to the legal hire takes place when the holder of the security expires. So what is the procedure? Okay, the claimant will have to fill transmission request form, TRF. TRF. Now we studied DRF, DRF, then RERF, remittal request form, then TRF, transmission request form, supported by documents like death certificate. Claimant means the person who asking claim. Okay, the nominee. Okay, the person who asking the claim. So that person is called the claimant. Okay, so they have to submit which one, transmission request form supported by death certificate, succession certificate. Okay, so after verifying the application is genuine, they will transfer to security the demat account of the claimant account. Okay, then they will transfer the security to the claimant account. Okay, so shows the specified online details of the investor. So HDF Security, those who took HDF Securities, online details of the investor. Okay, that is one. Next one, last topic. Nomination facility. Okay, nomination facility. So whenever we open the account, whenever we are taking insurance policy, we can which one? We can nominate a persons, okay, to whom the amount is to be payable. So here means nomination can be done. So nomination of shares held in demat form can be made only by individuals holding beneficiary account. So if example, for nomination facility, we can nominate the person, but we have to open the demat account. Only through demat account only we can nominate a person. So minor also can nominate through a guardian. It can be made demat account wise, not security wise. Everything it can be made through demat account. So if you want to nominate a person, we must have demat account. Already I said, whenever the transaction process, first one select a broker, second one is opening a demat account. Opening a demat account. Okay, opening a demat account. Next one, benefit of depository system. Benefit of depository system. So first one, investing public. Investing public. Public for what is the benefit? Reduction of risk associated with the loss, mutilation, any damage, serious damage, theft, and forgery of physical script, physical certificate. Deposit means converting the physical certificate into which one electronic form. So that risk we can avoid. Then elimination of financial loss from the loss of physical certificate. Script, that is certificate. Elimination of financial loss from loss. So if any the certificate is lost means it will create a financial loss. Next, greater liquidity resulting from speedy settlement. We can easily, if example, if you are converting into demat form, for that we have to open demat account. So we can easily buy and sell shares. Reduction in delays in registration. So here no need of, through online we can open a demat account. We can convert the securities into electronic form. So reduction in delays in registration. Faster receipt of corporate benefit. So benefit we will get dividend, everything faster we will get. Then which one? Reduced transaction cost through greater efficiency, everything through online. So we can reduce the transaction cost. Otherwise, traveling expenses, everything. So if you want to sell the share, we have to go and you have to give that certificate to the which one transferee. Okay, so it will benefit of that is the one benefit of deposit system. So reduction of risk associated with the loss, mutilation, theft, and forgery of physical certificate. Next one, elimination of financial loss from the loss of physical certificate. Next, greater liquidity resulting from speedy settlement. Then reduction in delays in registration. Next, faster receipt of corporate benefits. Next, reduced transaction cost through greater efficiency. Next one, issuers of securities. Okay, so for a company, up-to-date knowledge of shareholders' name and address, so they will get it. Okay, because everything through electronic form. Reduction in printing and distribution cost of new issues. Okay, printing and distribution. Suppose if it is a primary market, so we have to issue prospectus to the public. So here no need of any printing and distribution cost. Easy transfer of corporate benefit. Easy we can transfer the benefit to the people, the shareholders. Then improved ability to attract international investors without having to incur expenditure of issuance in overseas market. Issuance means a transportation. No need to transport, move to which one go to foreign market. So through online, we can able to attract the foreign investors. Okay, so up-to-date knowledge of shareholders' name and address, reduction in printing and distribution cost, reduction in printing and distribution cost of new issues, easy transfer of corporate benefits, improved ability to attract international investors without having to incur expenditure of issuance, transportation in overseas market. Okay, so these are the thing. Then, so we studied summary safe custody facility offered by the bank come under bailer and bailee services. Bank take charge of goods, articles. Securities are as a bailee, not as a trustee or agent. Bank will be responsible for taking care of the goods. Should not make unauthorized use of it. Should not mix his own goods with the return to the goods in good order. Next, when the customer uses the safe deposit boxes to store valuable possessions that need protection from theft, fire, flood, tampering, or other perils, the relation between a banker and customer is lessor and lessee. Okay, agreement need to be signed and KYC document need to be submitted for availing the locker services. Next, nomination facilities available even for the locker. Locker operation needs both the customer key, and the master key with the bank. So signature verification is carried out by bank before allowing access the holder of the locker. Next, NEFT and RTGS are the electronic mode of payments managed by RBI. NEFT is a deferred settlement system. So here, so DNS, deferred net settlement, deferred net settlement, which helps to transfer the money in a batch of 1 hour basis or from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. for a small amount, whereas RTGS is a real-time gross settlement system which helps to transfer of fund on real-time basis, no waiting period, 9 a.m. to 16, 4:30, 4:30. Oh, so but has a limit of minimum amount of rupees 2 lakh. Okay. So drafts are paper-based instrument which are used for carrying out the payments. They are safer as the customer account is already debited for the amount before the transportation of before giving of demand draft. So it follows the check clearing process facilitated by the RBI clearing house. Next one, bank provided two type of credit facility, funded and non-funded. In case of funded facility, the money money moves out of the bank when approved. And in case of non-funded credit facility, the funds move on the happening of certain event. Bank guarantee is a funded credit facility, which is a commitment to pay on behalf of the borrower, contingent upon the beneficiary fulfilling the conditions and the borrower not paying the dues before the due date. Then as a letter of credit is a irrevocable commitment provided by the bank. It is safeguard the interest of both the importer, exporter. Letter of credit is extensively used in international trade. Various types of LCs are available to meet the various requirements of the importer and exporter. As a bank is the business of providing financial services, bank sell third-party product, mutual funds, insurance, gold, to become one-stop shop for the financial needs of the customer. Bank earns fees income, which does not require risk capital to be kept aside. Hence, it is a profitable for the bank and helping increase the profit of the bank. Credit card is a short-term revolving type of loan provided by the bank, whereas a debit card acts as a replacement of the hard currency. So limit of the debit card holder is the balance in the bank account, whereas a credit holder is limit is assigned by the bank based on his credit rating. Merchant prefer credit or debit card as it attracts most customer and is less hassle of managing the cash received. Then broker act as an intermediary between two parties while buying and selling of financial product in the market. Broker full service or discount broker service based on the requirement of the client. Demat account is an account with the depository participants in which the securities are held in dematerialized form. Advantages are reduction of risk, elimination of financial loss, greater liquidity, reduction delays in registration, faster receipt of corporate clients, reduced transaction cost through greater efficiency. Currently, National Securities Depository Limited and the Central Depository are the two depository which provides demat services through their DP, through their broker. Okay, so these are the things that you, at least that you also you have to study. So now some keywords, DD, demand draft, then electronic clearing system, then ECS, electronic clearing system, NEFT, National Electronic Fund Transfer, then RTGS, real-time gross settlement system, IFSC, Indian Financial System Code, OTP, one-time password. For example, if you are making any online transaction, you need one-time password. Okay, one-time password. That password you don't need to tell to other. So next, DNS, deferred net settlement, CTS, check truncation system, BG, bank guarantee, LC, letter of credit, NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited, CDCL, CDSL, Central Depository Services Limited, DP, Depository Participants, SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, NSCCL, National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited, National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited, ISIN, International Securities Identification Number. So after getting dematerialization, then RTA, Registrar and Transfer Agent, then RRF, Remat Request Form, DRF, DMAT Request Form. Okay, DMAT Request Form. Okay, so choose the correct RTGS as well as NEFT users. Which one? Which one? So here, what is the maximum limit of NEFT transaction? That no problem. Then what is skipping bank, paying slip, no problem. So one which is the safest check from the receipt point of view. Okay, there is no problem. NEFT uses what is the minimum amount of 1 weekdays net was from C 8 hour to 12 hour. So one thing I got, one question I saw. How many, you look at that, how many NEFT branches are run by RBI? Okay, how many NEFT branches are run by RBI on Saturday? Okay, how many NEFT branches are open on Saturday? Answer is B. So that we didn't see in the theory. So 6. Okay, how many NEFT branches are run by RBI on Saturday? That is 6. That you have to write in your which one? NEFT. How many NEFT branches are run by RBI on Saturday? That is 6. So in theory, we didn't see that one. Okay, so I completed this chapter, so I can take test. Okay, so you have I think 57 pages, so 35% over subject skill. Okay, so now second chapter onwards, very less topic only. Total 157 pages, out of that 57 over. Okay, then the remaining 5 chapter. Okay, so study well. So next period